All right, what's up, worldwide family? We are back at it again. Where do we start? In the last three videos, this is number 4. We have almost fixed the audio problem by putting the camera on the dash, which is really cool. Hearing, I believe, is a very important part to YouTube. At least it is for me. So, very excited about that, very stoked about that. Let me see, from where the first video was to where video number 3 was, definite leaps in quality as far as the audio. So, super stoked about that. Happened on very little of a budget. It cost me like $6-7, so I was happy about that. I bought a new charger because I didn't think it would reach from the dash mount, and I bought the wrong one. Apparently, my old 3-foot charger will actually fit from the inverter plug in the truck up to the phone. So super cool. Don't necessarily have to have a lot of battery to do a video. Moving along, Six Flags overall pretty darn good, and I'm happy with it. Overall, I think on anything like that, there's some things that went really well and some things that could have gone better. You know, when looking, it's been about 15 years since I've been to Six Flags. I don't know if y'all have Six Flags in your area. This one's Six Flags over Arlington. I know when I lived in Virginia, I believe in Richmond, right above it was a Six Flags chain where it was Dominion Park or something. I think I've seen one outside of Atlanta somewhere. I used to drive a truck, so I used to drive all across the country. I know I've seen several around, and a lot of them have very similar rides. But not going in the last 15 years, I wasn't sure how things worked. I remember a ticket costs about $50 or so. That's what I remember, and I got online, and last night, or the night before last, I guess, the night before I came to Six Flags, it would have been $34.99 for the base admission ticket. Well, I didn't book it. I waited till the next day, and they wanted $39.99, which, I guess I get that, whatever. And they had a couple options. $39.99 for the base admission, $49.99 to get a drink and a meal, or what is it, $69.99? Yeah, $69.99, and you get a season pass. You come as many times as you want, and free parking every time. Pretty darn decent if you plan on going there more than once, or at least that's what I thought. And I wasn't going more than once, so bear with me. $39.99 to $69.99. I figured at some point while I was there, and I was thinking that it was open from, I remember being there at night time during certain parts of the year. So I was envisioning 9, 10, 11 o'clock this place closing. Anyway, so I figured the meal and the drink would probably be a cheaper way of doing it, so that's what I did, $49.99. And then they wanted tax, of course, got to pay Uncle Sam, and they wanted an $11 processing fee. Not sure how much it actually cost at the gate. I never went to go see, but I figured it was probably more at the gate. So I went ahead and paid it. And so I'm like 60 deep, but it still wasn't 80 deep to 69 plus 11, which would have been for the season pass. Since it's only going once, that's the way I was going to do it. I knew I was going to have to pay for parking, but I was thinking parking was about $10 or so. So one way or another, it was probably going to be about the same. Well, little did I know when I got there, just for me by myself in the truck, cost me $35 to park. I would have done better, and you will do better, at least at Six Flags in Arlington, even if you're going one time, to buy the season pass. Now that being said, I would not have got the meal. They didn't have a season pass plus a meal. And for the $10, the meal would have cost me about $20. Not only that, if you go and do the meal at first, or at least the drink at first, which I didn't do, I didn't know, they give you a drink cup that's good for $1.99 refills. And that would have been a lot better than paying the $6 for a 20-ounce drink that I did when I got there after I'd been there about 30 minutes. It got hot. Now that being said, overall things were great. I rode, well, before the ride, you know, I hadn't been there in 15 years. Right about that. And then I can count the times on one hand that I have been to Six Flags. But it brought back memories, you know, and those kind of things are cool. When you see places and you remember your sister taking you at 12 through that hallway or whatever corridor to go on to a ride and stuff, you know, so those things are valuable, you know, and you know, it doesn't matter about the rides, you know. Now that being said, I did get to ride quite a few rides. I would have done better with a map because I kind of felt like I was walking around in circles. Apparently I need to exercise because the you know, 7, 8, 9 miles I do every day while I'm at work and my side hustle isn't enough. Sarcasm. By the way, I think y'all know, but I see other resellers do it, and I probably should have already. You know, I am a reseller. I buy and sell things for profit. I sell on eBay and I sell on Amazon. I also have my website, www.jamestowntrading.com. Another key piece that I forgot to add, but I will, something that I do for 45 and I'm going 60. I'm glad there wasn't a cop. Anyway, one thing with my website, and I'll move on from this and won't say any more the rest of the video, is there is a coupon code for 10% off, and it is Jimmy's VIP. I do believe I found my cop. Yeah. Jimmy's, JIMMY''S space VIP. Any problem with the coupon code, send me a message on YouTube and I will figure out what's going on, but that is the coupon code. So enough said on that. Back to Six Flags. You know, I from back in the day, there was one that always got me. You know, there's been times that I've growing up, starting out at barely 4 foot tall, chickening out on, I think I chickened out on the Giant the first time. I know I chickened out on the Shockwave the first time. I know I chickened out on the Texas Cliffhanger that's not there anymore. Some of y'all that are my age from this area or from Texas will remember that one. Maybe they had a similar one in other areas. Anyways, and then I come back and I beat them, right? You know, I go ahead and ride them and I enjoy the heck out of them. There was one that I never rode, and that was the Superman Tower. I think they call it, I've always called it the Superman Tower of Power. It goes up like 10 stories in the air, like straight up. You're in this little harness. It shoots you up like you're Superman. And then it drops you like halfway, and then it shoots you right back up, and then you come down, all the way down fast. I always chickened out, always went, yeah, I'm good, I'm not going to do that. This time I wanted to. Not necessarily because I wanted to do the ride, because I wanted to beat it. You know, I have been making this push to live life like there's no tomorrow, you know, because we're never promised tomorrow. As I get older, I'm realizing that. And that was a big old bug. Wow. Anyways, so I figured I'd work up to it, and I rode some rides that, you know, I went almost immediately to the Giant, to the Titan. Did some other ones because I was walking around in circles. Then I got hungry, kind of scared of the ride. I was going to back off from it, and I'm sitting there eating, and I said, you know what, it's put up or shut up. If I want to go skydiving, I think, which is a goal of mine, you know, that anyway, if I want to do that, then this is the next evolution, the next step towards that goal. So I figured, after I got done eating, I was so full that I figured, you know, hey, I'll go check out a couple other rides, and as my food settles, then I'll go up on that high thing, because last thing I wanted was for it to shoot me way up and then me go. So, that being said, I chose to go on the Judge Roy screen. My stepsister almost came out of that thing when she was younger, or she actually did come out, and somebody grabbed her like 3 rows back and kept her in the car till it came down. But that thing's been around like 42 years, 43 years. It's almost I'm as old as it is. At any rate, so I'm riding that thing, and pound for pound, that's a little, for people that are around, they know that one, but it's a little old roller coaster. But the way they built them suckers, there was more stomach hang time on that thing for the amount of ride that it was than on the other rides. I mean, they knew how to build that thing to just enough to activate your stomach. Either that or because I just ate, but whatever. I really enjoyed it. And then as it came to a stop, they said, hey, we appreciate y'all coming in tonight, and the park closes in 8 minutes. I'm supposed to ride the Superman. You know, I came to conquer my fear. Hey, free pass, right? I can just not even go. Not even just, hey, and I picked up the phone, I called my wife. I said, well, the Superman didn't beat me this time. And she said, oh, baby, I'm so proud of you. And I said, yeah, but I didn't ride it either. And she said, huh? And I told her what happened, and she said, oh, well, you know, you'll have to catch it next time. I said, yeah, well, you'll have to come with me next time. She said, yeah, I'm down. Anyway, I'm walking around the corner, and there's the Superman, and I see it, and I'm like, well, I got away from you, but people are still getting in line, and they're not stopping them, and people they're lining up, and nobody's stopping them, and people are getting on the ride, and they're going up, and nobody's stopping them. And there's a lady there that works there. And I kind of look at her, and I'm like, so y'all are closed, right? And she kind of looks at me, and she goes, no, you can go on. And I had to think about it. I said, well, I just ate, I'm not going to. She said, uh-huh. And I kept on walking. I didn't ride the ride. But like I said, last thing I wanted was to go up there and, yeah, wouldn't have been a good look. So, next time, I'm going to do it. Now, I've been telling myself that since I was 20 years old, but next time, I'm going to do it. That being said, I hit a store before Six Flags, which I was able to, get about $90 worth of stuff that should return anywhere from 30 to 50% ROI on average, all the way up to doubling my money. I love to double my money, or triple, or quadruple, but realistically, with Walmart and Target doing what they're doing right now, and they may be turning over a new leaf, but for the last 3 or 4 months, they've been holding on real tight to those markdown dollars. As resellers, I'm sure y'all know. I've heard some people say Walmart is trash, and I get it right now, because normally it was a cash cow for a good portion of my first year, but then it just changed. Like overnight it changed. Right before the earnings report, because the earnings report came out and it wasn't very good. And it pointed to bad management, operational issues. At any rate, there are things there, but like I mentioned in the last video, you got to get creative. I know I have. There are things in Walmart that I sell that there's not a lot of sellers for. There's not a lot of buyers, but because the ratio works, that stuff sells. Doesn't necessarily double my money, but I get, some things it does, but 30 to 50% ROI. So I'm using my bankroll to keep me moving. They're not fast moving. A lot of what I am getting right now, I plan on probably having residuals of it over the next year. And then that profit margin reducing as time goes on, because after all, I run a store, not a storage. I run a market, I don't run a museum. These aren't trophies. They may be, not this stuff in particular, but the stuff I sell may be collectibles, but I don't collect it. I collect other people's collections so I can sell them to other people. But I don't keep things. I escalate the markdowns on a gradual, non-emotional way. And that's strictly a time cadence. I don't know how y'all do it, but that allows me to move product without putting emotion or desperation into it. So I hit that store right before I went to Six Flags. Then after I got out of Six Flags, before 11 o'clock, I managed to hit 2 more. All in all, I was able to secure about right at $350 worth of product between the 3 stores, which should net me anywhere from $90 to $150 profit once it's sold. So to me, that's a good deal. Any day I can pull in a very limited amount of time. Oh, that's a helipad, like for a helicopter. Kind of cool. Must be a hospital. Anyway, anytime I can pull that kind of profit within a few hours, it's pretty decent. And I understand there's more work involved into it, and y'all that aren't resellers should also understand there is more work that goes into it. But this is what I do, so I enjoy it. It does take time. It is work, but I enjoy it. What would she be? My brother's wife keeps poking at my brother. Well, you ought to do this because I do decent at it. And he looked at her last time and said oh shoot. Hold on. Just got a notification from Maps, but I know if I flip it to take a look at the maps to move on down the road. Oops, I lost that. that if I check it that it's going to stop recording. So I'll go ahead and finish up. Anyway, so it is a lot of work, but I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. You're starting to see a little bit of it back there. I am turning this play trip into a work trip, so it's tax deductible, I think, probably. If I stop at every Walmart between where I live and there, and buy stuff for the business, I think that turns it into a work trip, which should allow me to write off the room too as a travel expense. People travel all the time for business, right? So that's a beautiful thing about income and business expenses. So I'm not giving out tax advice, and I will consult a tax professional before I put it on there. So anyway, long story short, I've done well today. I'm on the drive down to Crystal Beach. I'm about 3 hours into it. I'm about 4. Let me start over. I got about 3 hours left to go. It was roughly a 9-hour trip. I got 3 hours left to go. I've kind of split it up between Six Flags, and I started out I guess it was night before last now, because this is technically the 30th. I check in today around 3 p.m. Currently, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, so I got about 13 hours or so, roughly. Awesome. I love that the audio's fixed. I'm glad I am able to take y'all with me on this kind of deal. Although there's nobody watching, maybe one day there will be. I believe this will give me the opportunity to find my people on YouTube. I mean, like my people. Like, I think you know what I mean. And I think that's a cool opportunity. I appreciate y'all watching. Please, when y'all watch, put something in the comments. That way I know you're there. And anyway, until next time, that's it. I will continue this drive, and probably next time you see me, it'll be daylight, and there will be ocean. So I'm gonna stop recording, and y'all have a good rest of your day. All right.